Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this yet another brand new day. It's a sunny, well, I don't know if it's not sunny. It's not a sunny day. It's cloudy outside, and the sun's not up in the sky yet. It's still below the clouds and stuff out there, so it's a brand new day. It may have sun in it. We have cloud cover, so sunlight will still get through, especially UVA and UVB. Thumbs up for that. It is 6:57 a.m. on Tuesday, the 6th of March, 2018. Thumbs up for that. The inexorable march of time. Boy, yesterday was weird. But first, I'm going to do this. Down in this cage, I have a hamster, because I have one of my bin cages next to me. And I reach down, and here's a boogle. A little booga boogle, a little booga boogle. And she's wild and crazy. She's Zoom. She's supersonic. I think she's just worried because she's gone from, being in her cage to suddenly she's out in the open. And for a prey creature, being out in the open is, well, that's scary. Oh, that's painful, bringing my hand back so it's flat. I could never be a server and carry stuff. But anyway, hi Boog. Booga booga boogle. As you notice, when I was turning her, even though I lifted her, I kept her feet scruffling on my hand. And that's so that she would know where the ground was. Because it's scary when you're, especially a little prey animal like this, if you're up in the air and your feet aren't touching stuff, because that's wrong. And so I try to keep their feet touching things so that they at least know where the ground is. But she's listening, and she's very calm this morning. She's not biting or going wild or anything. So she's such a sweetie. I'm going to put her back into her cage now. There we go. Thank you. There we are. My hamsters, even when they have their little feet, their back feet put on the ground, they grab hold of my fingers with their little paws, and they don't want to let go, even when they're safe. They just grab on. It's like, no. It's not that they're going like, oh, great guy in the sky, I love you. It's just things are changing, and I still feel safe, so don't go. And it happens. They don't feel any great thing. It's just, they know my smell, and they know it means safety, because I'm not going to hurt them. Haven't yet, not going to. And they know, too, that if they let me know they want to change in the situation, like they want to go down, they just nip or chew, and I put them down. So it's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. So, Booga Booga Boogle is now drinking water. I don't know if you can hear the noise. That's her drinking out of her water bottle. Thumbs up for that. Yeah, oh my, yesterday was weird because I was just walking down to the rental place. I had to go to my bank and the rental place, so I'm just walking down the road. And there's a pizza place and another restaurant, and I'm coming up on that spot. And there's just this guy walking down the road wearing a gray hoodie type thing. And I'm not paying attention to him because he's just walking. I'm just walking. I'm just zooming along. I'm walking like a little faster than he is. So he's on the sidewalk and I start to pass him. He flipped out hard. And I mean to the point that when he saw my shadow coming up and passing him, he started literally dancing around me, swinging his fists, but never actually contacting with me, but just swinging his fist and swearing at me, going, God, they're passing me on the sidewalk. And I was like, I turned him and said, you're pissed because I passed you on the sidewalk? And then he continued just yelling at me and swearing, and then it just flipped to my hand and went, oh, you're crazy. And then remembering, not just turning my back on him entirely, just turned and walked because I didn't want him to flip out and leap on me again. I was like, good Lord, yeah. So I worried about that one for a while because I've read about people that have gotten like stabbed and didn't even know it until they died. So I'm checking myself out to make sure I'm not bleeding somewhere. Because I've hurt myself. I mean, I've cut myself badly and didn't even know it until I found blood everywhere and then gone, oh, blood, oh my God. So he was just crazy, but not crazy enough to actually hurt someone, just crazy enough to scare people. So, and he was like my age or so, but he was lean, grizzled, and it's like, good Lord. So thumbs up for that. And that was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, my housemates, they've always been like, oh, you go out walking at night, it's dangerous, it's dangerous. I've never had any problems. I mean, the only time that was semi-close walking in the middle of the night was when I heard some people before, where this one person tried to make me stop to talk, but I didn't stop. I kept going, and then when I kept going, I heard people talking off in the shadows where I would have been stopped. So I was lucky then, but that's the closest I've ever come. Nothing like this has ever happened, except of course in broad daylight, middle of the afternoon. I mean, it was pretty crazy swinging of his fists, so... I mean, I kept my hands in my pockets just staring at him the entire time. So, I'm glad he didn't actually do anything too nuts. But I was being non-aggressive, just staring, stopping, staring. And then, after I realized he was nuts, just dismissed him and walked away. Thumbs up for that. Yeah, I love the way that in the United States here we have demolished the social safety net for people with behavioral and mental issues. So now the only form of treatment that most people get is being crazy on the streets. Our country, the United States, and by our I'm talking to other Americans on this one. Our country, fellow Americans, everybody else that's watching already knows this. Our country has fallen and slipped. If you take a look at any of the charts where they list countries as, you know, like gun deaths in childbirth and murders and illness and wealth inequality, and we're not anywhere near the top of the list on the good charts. The only things we top the list are like child deaths during childbirth. We top the list on that. But for like actual quality of life and freedoms, there's like 17, 18, 20 countries that are above ours, and we're dropping fast. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I watched Ronald Reagan come into power in the 80s, and I watched the Republican Party slowly turn insane and become the party of power and party over country. And here we are today. Now, like I say, the Democrats aren't perfect. They're largely two heads of the same monster, and that's life is life. It's just I prefer the Democratic head because it tries to at least cultivate for the future, whereas the Republican head is kill everything now, kill, kill, kill. So, yay. Past that, though. Oh, there was something else I was doing. Aside from still always working on this rock opera of pain and abuse in my head, I don't know why I'm working on a rock opera of pain and abuse. I've been trying just to work on music so that I could think of ways to like even use my my video editor, and like just make clips of me making sounds, you know, like and then use that as musical instruments and put them on the timeline in the video editor, and then try to make music that way since I don't have a music program. So I mean, I don't know how to write music, I don't know how to play any musical instruments. I've got all this stuff in my head that I want to get out, and I don't know how, but I'm working on this rock opera of pain and abuse, and it's a really horrific thing. It is a musical stage play. I mean, it's not anything that's ever going to get finished. It's not even anything that I'm seriously working on. It's just as I'm going along, I've got these tunes in my head, and it's the whole rock opera about a young woman who should never have become a mother, who becomes a mother and has a child. And then it's the story of the abuse that the child gets throughout its life until it becomes the man or woman it is today. And it's just the story of what made this person, focusing on the relationship between the abusive mother and the child. So there's like You got like a 5 years old, the kid dropped something and the mother's pissed and she's like, okay, this is the second time in 2 years you have broken this same type of thing I've had. I was like, okay, kid's 5, dropped and broke something at 4, dropped and broke something at 5. Not bad, but oh, this is where it explodes with the mother screaming about, look what you've done to me. I used to be beautiful and alive, and then tearing off at least part of her clothing and going, look what you've done to me. Look what you did to my body, effectively. So she's, look what you've done to me. And the child is just, Mommy, I'm only 5. I love you, Mommy. And the mother's just raging back with, you don't even know what love is. With love is, and with the undertone with the musical part, with these dark voices that fade in, you know, with love is dark, love is painful, love is scary, that sort of thing as it's playing underneath, and it's just the poor kid. And of course, as it turns out, it's just the person in their adulthood is not a monster. Not a murderer, not a serial killer, not a rapist, not a dictator, just like a guy working in an office. And all this stuff is still playing in his head. Even at the age he's at, 30s or 40s, with you don't know what love is, and you're broken, and you look what you did to me. Because that's what we've all got running in our heads. We all just ignore the good and we focus on the bad. If 100 good things happen, and this is human nature, this happens to everybody, but it's if you have 100 good things happen to you and one bad thing happens, there we go, I got the S in the right place. One bad thing happens, you're going to focus and fixate on that one bad thing to the point that maybe it colors your perception of the entire day. I've had, like my son especially, he would have a great day. Something would happen at one point toward the end, and they'd be going, I've just been having a bad day. And I was like, how can you even say you've had a bad day? You're remembering the one bad thing that just happened. Your entire rest of your day has been awesome. How can that be a bad day? But that's what we do. That's human nature. Joyous, isn't it? So yeah, and that works even with like political bias, as you forget the 100 good things your opposition has done to remember and have flash into your head that one bad thing that happened on an outlying person, which of course colors your perception of the entire group. So, joyous. You gotta love people. And you do. And of course, life is the journey, not the destination, because we all end up in the same place, and we sure do. Oh boy, oh boy. So just remember, you know, it's the accumulation of wealth is not the point in those people, where 82% of all the wealth in the world last year went to the top 1% of the population. We're all gonna die though. We're all gonna be forgotten. So enjoy yourself on the way, do the best you can. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes it's not going to be possible. You just got to do your best. Thumbs up for that. That's like hoping and praying for a swift death if you're chained up in a shack, like I mentioned yesterday. So, hey, there's hope and promise, but we're all going to end up in the same place. In a bag sold on a store shelf. Really? I don't know where that one came from, but still, thumbs up for that. Yeah, past that, last night was terrible too. I kept falling asleep yesterday. I walked, I took caffeine tablets, and I sat down and I kept falling asleep. And then last night, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning in this chair. It had been 3 hours since I'd fallen asleep. So I probably slept for like 3 hours in this chair. And so I went to bed, and it was not a good night. It took forever to fall asleep in a bed because I'd been sleeping for hours in this chair. And everything hurt, especially my knees, because sleeping in a chair, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but it just kills my knees. Hurts like hell. So I had sleep from being in the chair, pain in my knees, and it took forever to fall asleep. I didn't have a very good sleep. I woke up early. So It's been a wondrous day and a wondrous night, and now it's a wondrous morning. And I don't mean that in a sarcastic fashion either. It is a one. Ow. Now remember how we fixate on the bad and forget all the good? Yeah, I can't let the fact that I smacked my arm on this thing color my perception of the rest of the day, because the morning has been not that bad. Even though I woke up way early before 5 a.m. from pain, it's still thumbs up for that. Well, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. It's a range because even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of my hand, which is right in front of my face, I still get lost. If I mispronounce your username, my sincere apologies. I'm an American English speaker. We're not really good at names. I'm better than most, and I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read the comments after I record. I'm going to thumbs up everyone I read, answer as many as I can, so thumbs up for that. So whether it is a good comment that was left, a bad comment that was left, and a different comment that was left, just thank you for having left the comment. That's the important part. You get me out of my head, dealing with real people. Thank you so much. So over here we have Kanwar Pal Singh. Thank you very much. And whatever, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Brendan Green, thank you so very, very much. Ed, well, EDJR0, I think. Thank you very, very much. And Fabricio Alvarez, I sure hope I'm close, but I bet I'm not. M. Chris Life, and then looks like a smiley face after that. Thank you very, very much. And Southerly Tag 67, greatly appreciated. Marin, M-A-R-Y-N, thank you so very much. G. Thomas, thank you. Haitius Productions, thank you very, very much. Tundra Keeper, always good to see you in the comments. It's Just a Prank, heck of a name, thank you very much. The Denzel Effect, thank you so much. Josh Sanabria, thank you, greatly appreciated. Avenging Sevenfolds, thank you so much. Justin Novo, thank you, greatly appreciated. Ali Asabar, I sure hope, thank you very, very much. Tom Placentia, or Placentia, I don't know, but thank you very, very much. B. Conk, thumbs up and thank you. And then we also have Arquiero Gamer. I know that's not even close, but thank you so much. And Devin, thank you very, very much. Leon 800, I think I'm close. Mundo Productions, thank you so very much. And then there's Gabriel Cabellos. I sure hope I'm close, and thank you all so very, very much. Greatly appreciated. As stated, you get me out of my head, into the real world, dealing with actual people. Thank you so very, very much. If you can check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'm always skirting on the edge of financial ruin, so if you could help, that would be very, very awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes, deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very, very much. I'm salivating like crazy, of course, around my dentures, so I always have to stop and swallow the thick denture adhesive lace saliva in my mouth. Yum! Anyway, though, if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. But I would understand if you don't want to. My personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life. So if you don't want to subscribe, you don't like the videos, I do understand. But if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of my time. I turned 55 last October, and I'm going, well, I plan on living to like 1,000 or more, but the reality of things is the average lifespan of an American man is 74 years if you have access to money and health care, so I'm probably going to die next year. But I do plan on keeping you entertained as long as I possibly can, so thumbs up for that. And of course, well, there's no time. It's 19 minutes and 16 seconds. I was going to talk about Humble Bundle and show the various bundles that they have, but now I can't. I've got only like 30 seconds left. Darn it. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to talk about Humble Bundle and show the bundles that they have, just because somebody in comments said, well, what sort of bundles do they have? And it's like, I'm a terrible salesman. I need to talk about the bundles. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about Humble Bundle and the bundles they have. So thumbs up on that. A very good thing. Well, you have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. I got a reaction video coming up, got a game video coming up. These are all awesome things. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing.